everybody, welcome! I'm Ursa Ryan. Yes, that's right, that cheeky rapscallion who likes to play Civs I've with you. It's me. Hello! Now conveniently I can read your thoughts, and I'm thinking you're thinking something like, I don't recognize that picture. The blue, the sort of pasty pink color, I don't recognize these colors. That's right, today we're back with Sukritact, and we're going to be playing with another modded empire, the Swahili Empire, which, let me tell you now, I think looks really fun. Ursa, we've watched a lot of your content. We know what you're going to say. You don't need to tell us again. Duff, listen to the lessons. Come to Discord. Oh God, I've lost it already. Discord is the place for you if you want to play along or if you want to use any of the mods that you can see in this video today. I have a full list on Discord and all of the save files I ever use are there. But let me show you. Much smaller game today. It's actually going to be a 4-player map, a tiny island plates map with 4 civilizations, 8 city-states, and these settings. Don't you dare enter any different setting into your fax machine. No, they just won't work. No game modes, just raw, vanilla, hardcore civilization. And I've nothing really else to say other than, let's begin! Haha, just kidding, watch this. And now, for an important update. Having been expelled from Oxford University, Ursa had met a man named Paul. Oh dear. Luckily for Ursa, he had amassed 40,000 subscriptions. These beautiful little signatures attracted the attention of none other than Gilgabro. Scared off by the Majesty, Paul retreated and left Ursa to his way. Searching for new subscriptions, Ursa travelled to the coast, where lo and behold, it looked like more people for subscriptions. Alas, it was not to be. Ursa, our sweet, innocent bear, is now trapped, harassed by giant crabs. Will you save Ursa from crabs? Will you help Ursa towards his goal? Thank you so much. Back to the video. Turn 1, and before we get into this interesting island plate start, we should have a look at the modded civilization we're going to be using today. Al Hassan of the Swahili Empire. Sukritact has an amazing eye for some really interesting mechanics we kind of see played around with on the side of Civilization 6 base game, and there's also quite a lot of other stuff. This, weirdly, is a civilization that actually is quite similar to a civ that you would normally see in a game. Tweaked and different, but there are no new crazy mechanics at play here. But this looks like a really interesting civilization indeed. Palace of the Husini Kubwa is not how you pronounce that, but what it does do is harbors adjacent to a wonder provide 1 trade route capacity extra. Interesting. So if we build a harbor and we put a wonder next to it, we get another trade route. Great people, patronage costs 20% less gold. I think this mod, I might be incorrect in this, but was this brought in before the Leaders Pass? Just saying, I think, yep, Sukritact is the original source of everything. Coral construction. Districts in coastal cities, so a city on the coast, receive a major adjacency bonus from a city centre. Interesting. So if I put a city on the coast, then districts get +2, a bit like harbours do, and a standard bonus from being adjacent to a harbour. Oh my lord, so basically harbours and city centres next to everything and we'll be fine. +2 production from reefs. That's quite fun. We then have a unique boat, and I don't know when that kicks in. Oh, it literally is a support unit unlocked at sailing. Interesting. Embarked units within 2 tiles ignore terrain costs and receive +1 movement. Oh, that's fun. It's a naval support unit. Okay, I take it all back. Sukritact, you've done amazing things yet again. It has 2 charges to build fishing boats, and fishing boats built by this unique support unit receive 1 production and 2 gold. Oh, that's fun. So we want to be using this for basically all of our fishing boats. We then also have a unique monument. +1 culture, +1 loyalty. It doesn't say that it gives a bonus culture if you're at full loyalty, so maybe that bit is worse, but international trade routes from this city generate +1 gold, +1 culture for each of this city's districts that are within 2 tiles of the city centre. So slightly better trade routes, more gold, more improvements. Alright, we'll keep an eye out for all of that stuff. Looking at this start, we have coffee! Did you know you can support the channel on coffee and spices? We have a coast either side, and we've actually got quite a nice place for a harbour on both sides as well. I would like as many districts next to my city centre as possible, so actually settling here would be a really useful thing to do. However, I would quite like to settle on the coffee as well. I'm just going to move my warrior up a little bit. There's a reef, interesting. Bit of extra production from that, and it looks like as well we could, in theory, build Petra up here, or University of Sankor, or something like that. I'm going to move on to the coffee. I think that is the better starting placement. Let me know if you would have done the same. Would you have just plonked there? I think that probably would have been the other place to go. And our capital is called Kilwa. Of course it is. Lovely. Oh yeah, I lied. We are playing with a game mode. I'm so sorry. If you're trying to set up this game and it's not working, well, you should have gone to Discord. I apologize, we're playing with Sukritact Oceans. People tell me to play with this all the time. It is a mod that deeply changes how coasts and resources around the coasts work, with kelp forests and seals and squid and coral and all kinds of bits and pieces, so just keep an eye out for things like that. You may notice a couple of things on this game that aren't quite the same as normal. Now, as fun as sailing boats are going to be, there are no sailing resources around me right yet, so I don't think going sailing off the bat is the play here. I think going astrology to get a religion. It's only a 4-player game. There's going to be less competition, in theory, for a profit. We'll see if that works out. And there is the pillar tomb. Do I go for that immediately? I think I'm going to go for a scout, because with only one culture, I think that unique building is going to become very, very useful as soon as we get trade routes. Before that point, maybe not as useful. What's in the tribal village? Already gold. That is deeply underwhelming. It's actually a third off. I'm just having a look, because normally a monument, I believe, is 240 gold. 160, much cheaper. A pillar tomb. I wish to be buried in a pillar. A pillar 329 feet tall and 1 foot thin. It will be logistically a very difficult pillar. We've got Rapa Nui, we've got Preslav. Actually, that's quite handy. An extra production towards my scout, an extra culture for my capital, because this is just being worked. This lovely, delicious spice towel. Now, I don't believe my harbour is going to get a double helping of bonus. This seems to indicate that you get a +2 major adjacency bonus from being next to the city centre, but harbours already have that. However, I just get rid of that. What if I were to put a campus on this tile? Okay, the tax are not going to update for me. Fine. Could just be that this mod a little complicated with that. Yeah, and it's not getting any bonuses. But in theory, if this harbour was here, this campus would be +2, so 1 from the mountain, 1 from the districts, and then it would get another 1 from the harbour and 2 from a city centre. So that would be a +5, maybe. Or the commercial hub would be maybe +7 or 8. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we go. This is probably going to be a very gold heavy run. How did that scout get through? You rapscallion. I'm going to have to bring my warrior back and deal with you, aren't I? Which way are you going to run? Are you going to run up to the north? Nope, you're going to go to the coast like a fool. Fine, I will track you down. I will track you down. God King. Discipline. Yes, I'm going to come hunt you down, Mr. Barbarian, and my scout can now get out and explore. I don't see any reason why we can't just burn a settler here. Let's go for a 2-city start. We'll find another city that's by the coast, like for instance over here, that might be able to have a decent harbour set up. Although saying that, you do want things to be near the harbour to an extent. Yeah, I'm going to have to work out the placement. This is going to be a little bit of a more fiddly civ than we are used to. I do want foreign trade though, because maritime industries, that looks like something I could very much get hold of. Double building speed on boats? Delicious boats? I get the sense that Swahili is very much a naval civ. Alright, here's the barb camp. Go on, Preslav. Hit it again. I will swoop in and steal the kill. I mean, borrow the kill. Oh, you're just going to wait here annoyingly, aren't you? This is the kelp forest. It's really slow to move in, and it has a little bit of extra food in it. I don't think that you can improve it. It has resources on it, no. But I think later in the game, things like aquatic centers might be very useful for it, so we'll keep an eye out for it. It might be pretty handy. Uh-oh, that's a barb horseman. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That was pretty crazy. Why didn't you horsemen go for this war? Actually, you didn't have the movement, did you? I'll forgive you for now, but only for now. I like the kelp over here. I do like the honey. Can you build a harbour over kelp? I'm assuming you can't, but I actually don't know. Go on, go and attack that warrior. Yes, it did. Perfect. I mean, yeah, you are spawning barb horsemen like crazy, which means there are horses here. We do want to go and kill this barb camp. And importantly, it might be that there is quite a lot of natural source of horse up in this direction. So we will keep an eye out for that. This seems to indicate you can build a harbour on kelp. I feel like I'm going to have to go and test that, but I might also be quite wrong. Indonesia! Oh my goodness. I am so glad that we have a naval powerhouse on this map. Yes, that's great for me. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Indonesian Joe? Also, would you like some coffee? Ooh, you kind of would. All right, I'll sell it to you for now, but only because I'm desperate. Wait, no, I shouldn't admit that, should I? It's not because I'm desperate. This barb horseman is now following me with a vengeance. I'm going to have to fortify and hope I can tank this hit. It's an Indonesian scout. Huh, I reckon we share a landmass. That is interesting. Okay, we will keep an eye out for that. Now, let's go for sailing next. Get ourselves my unique little boaty. It takes 35 production to build as opposed to 65 for a galley, so it's fairly cheap. That is very good to know. Some lobsters are down here. here. We've got honey. This, I think, would make a decent city. Up here would make a decent city. Up there would make a decent city. I wish I knew where Indonesia was. I don't know where they are, and that's a little bit concerning, but we'll figure it out. Next up, I'm going to build a holy site and try and rush a religion. And I'm thinking this desert hill might be a better place to put it, although the campus would also be good there if I was to build a campus in this city. Both are +3. Both will give me the bonus. I think a commercial hub to the left, campus above. Let's go for the +3 on that tile. Just lock it in. What could go wrong? Oh, another barb camp. Wonderful. You know what? I can actually fit 2 cities in here. I don't normally squish them in like this, but if we're a trade route based civilization, I think, yeah, throwing in a bunch of very closely packed in cities, I think that would actually work quite well for me. So maybe we'll go for that. Oh, nope, this bar. Yep, it's a quadrireme. It's our favorite, everyone's favorite. Run away now. Preslav is going to insist on healing its warrior right on top of this city that I want to make. I can just tell that already. Oh, there's resources out here though. Maybe this isn't so bad an area. There's also fresh water in that direction. Do I want to go and settle near that? I think it's like an aqueduct to an extent. Yes, I avoid the smaller shores. Well, okay, Indonesia seems to think this is quite a big island, but I'll take that. That's fine. Right, I'm going to settle right on top of it. I just want that Mombasa Mercury as soon as I can get it. Yummy. The city is also on the coast, which is lovely. Let's get that holy site district done as soon as we can. Religion. Sailing. Yay. I could try and get my unique boat out, but there are no fishing boats I can put down right now. No worries on that. It's all fine. We'll go animal husbandry next because I can see some delicious honey. Then mining to unlock some mercury. Actually, saying that, Indonesia, would you like to buy? Yes. Oh, that's useful. Now I can afford a settler and we can go and put down city number 3. It's all about high pacing at the beginning of this game. Where is Indonesia? Did they literally just embark their way over? I feel like they might have done, which is even scarier because it means their tech is absolutely crazy compared to mine. What are they on? 3 techs to my 2. Yeah, we're on Deity. Nope, they're just doing their thing. Fair enough. Next up, early empire. If you can get this many cities out this quickly, you're likely to hit 6 population at some point. Probably. Unless you're not, in which case, tough. Oh, there's a lot of reef out this way and some lobster. These are sea rocks. This is lobster. Sea rocks, lobster. Rock, lobster. Da, 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 da. How about you give me that juicy mercury? And I've already sold some to Indonesia. They don't want any more juicy mercury. No. They're like, ew, don't do that. Oh yeah, the 2 production on the reef, of course. Oh, that's nice. That's very tasty. And that's a +4 holy site. Oh, well, okay then. Etamananki has been built already on turn 32. That is rapido for such a small map, but there you go. Indonesia is getting the first religion, probably, at the moment. We still have a very cheap pillar tomb. We still have a very cheap Jahazi. That, I believe, will be worth quite a bit of era score. I don't know whether we're going to get a holy site, a golden age, so we'll see how that goes, but holy site prayers will be good. We will hopefully have enough time to finish this holy site before the end of the era, but I don't know about that. Oh, horses. Ah, horses! They have ruined a really, really good district slot, that. That is annoying. You can tell, right? Sometimes people say, oh, YouTubers, there's always YouTuber luck, this mysterious force that means you always get things to work out for you. This is the sort of thing that shows that I genuinely play these games first time with no resetting. Because why would I leave that in? I would have been like, oh, I'm going to put the holy site on this tile. And then I would have gone, oh, how convenient. We've got horses under our holy site. No. Roll with the punches, I say. Roll with the punches. Let's go mining, pottery, possibly irrigation for the spices. I even made myself travel sick moving the cursor around like that. Blimey. One thing that all of these holy sites share in common is that none of them are on a river. See, maybe I could have put it on that tile. That would have been useful. Never mind. What would be a useful thing? I mean, having fishing boats giving them an extra production in the long run would be just amazing. I haven't actually got that many fishing boats, but just for the memes, that would be tempting. I've got 2 source of horse, a little bit of extra production and or faith and or culture we could get from that sort of thing. +1 food, +1 production from camps works when you've got honey. I've got 2 sources of that. No, I'm going to go God of the Sea, I believe. I could go and get a 3 builder immediately, but I'm going to go God of the Sea. We're going to lock that in for later. Future Ursa is going to be very, very grateful we went for that, even if present Ursa is a bit confused. Yeah, that is one of those things where it's like, are we getting any benefit from doing that right now? No, we are not. Indonesia wants to be a friend. I'm going to immediately take them up on that offer because Indonesia has 154 strength and they are very likely to galley spam, which is my least favorite thing to have if I am a naval civilization right at the beginning of the game. Eventually we'll get over that, but yeah, early game galley spam is an absolute pain in the buttocks. Speaking of, hello Mr. Barbarian, just lurking off the coast there, are we? First holy site project has been complete. Indonesia is still getting their religion very quickly. Indonesia are going to decide what we go for. Am I going to go feed the world? You bet I am. I have no cities with fresh water. Feed the world is very important in this game. I could go work ethic. That wouldn't be too bad an idea. I could also go for additional gold from trade routes. That would be pretty good as well. That one works for any civilization that is based on trade. But we'll see how we go. Oh, this continent doesn't stop where I believed it did. It continues this little frozen waste, and there's Taruga, which gives me a lovely boost and makes me think that potentially Indonesia has come from this direction. Seals, bonus resource. Oh, I don't want to hunt the seals. They're so sweet. Squid. Ah, they don't even have spines. We can kill those. How else will I make spineless policy decisions if we don't attack or not attack things based on whether they have a spine? It just makes sense. It really doesn't. Oh, second holy site has been finished. It slowly increases the speed in which I'm doing anything in this city. It's pretty painful so far. I need you to produce a builder because we've got some honey and some wheat and there's lots of very useful upgrades for me there. Ancient era ends in 10 turns. I'm actually thinking that I go deliberate Dark Age here. I don't mind that as an idea because we're trapped on such a small little island. I think we can do that, but what it will involve is me deliberately not getting a pillar tomb and not finishing one of my unique units or this holy site, which is going to give me era score, or even popping my religion until next era, which is fair because Indonesia is about to make their own religion and decide on my path anyway. Yeah, I don't normally do this. I'm going to practice sticking in a Dark Age, going for heroic medieval era. Why not? Why not? So Indonesia have got the first prophet, but they have not yet committed to what they're doing. This galley is just going to sit there for absolutely ages. So I'm going to make a galley, or maybe 3, and now I've got enough holy site points coming in. We'll get the religion comfortably. I think we're fine on that front. Let's make a trader. 7 turns. Oh, you know what I want to do? It's our Mani tour. I'm going to delay putting our inner city-state for 3 turns, just so that we time this perfectly for next era. It's just genius. It's evil, genius, and wonderful all at the same time. Maritime industries, urban planning. I also don't want to finish this boat until the next era, so we're going to have a lot of things mostly built, but we're also going to have, hopefully, a very easy heroic age into medieval. That's kind of my hope. I don't know if this is going to pull off yet, but you know, fingers crossed. What am I going to do in my capital? I think I'd like to continue growing if possible. Housing is an issue, but as soon as I get my harbor dam, that will improve pretty quickly. I also want to build wonders. I'm wondering whether or not something like aquaculture with improved fisheries. These are interesting. Fisheries in Sukritact Oceans mod do something slightly different. They give housing, but you can't work them directly. They are useless, but they do give fishing boats adjacent to a fishery 2 food and 1 production. So we do want Liang, but probably just not in my capital because I'm going to have no fishing boats here. In like a city like this though, or a city to the north, I'm just going to make really unusual choices today. Just really, it sounds a bit weird when I put it like that. We're just going to have a game where we make very interesting choices, and I'm sure we won't end up second guessing any of them. No. 4 turns. Alright, Armani, begin the tour. Go and give me visibility on Rapa Nui, which will give me no visibility whatsoever, but you know what I mean. We're now 1 turn away from finishing the galley and the holy site. What? We're doing this so well. Let's get my unique boat going, and that'll finish next turn. Oh, Oh my goodness, we might actually chain this up perfectly. I am frightened with my own ability. Can even sell more coffee, which I shall do. Beautiful. This lovely trade route, which I'm purely going to do for the road, which will help me to settle down in this direction because this is all really difficult land. So off you pop over there. Currency boosted. Thank you. Let's start working on my pillar tomb. And we collapse disgustingly into a dark age. But watch this. We needed 25 points to go for a golden age in the ancient era, but we only need 31 in the classical, and we already had 6 of those, so it's exactly the same goal, but this time we mean business. Now here's the question: if I found a religion and 3 cities gained the religion at the same time, will I just get 6 points? I'm going to take the gamble because I actually don't know if this works or not. Free Inquirer would be the better choice otherwise, but we make these choices so that you don't need to worry about them yourself. What religion did Indonesia go for? Feed the world. It doesn't let me have any fun. Fine, we'll go for non-feed the world for now. I'm just going to wait until next turn. Then all 3 cities will take the same religion at the same time, and we'll go and improve a source of horse. Let's get some pillar tombs in as well. They sound so cool, don't they? Pillar tombs. It's actually a tomb for pillars. So every time in your nation you make a pillar and it falls over, this is where you bury it. It's just a fun little fact for you there. Rapa Nui bows to Swahili. And we didn't get era score for building a beautiful holy site there. I wonder if the game is putting in the bonus for coral construction. Do you see that? So we get +1 from mountain, +1 from adjacent woods, +2 from city center. I wonder if that's going in after the calculation of whether or not a city deserves era score for being breathtaking in that way. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I'll tell you one thing, there's nothing fishy about my religion. Work ethic would be extremely valuable for me in terms of raw production, but I'm going to be getting production from fishing boats and from my unique ability. So we're going to go and lean into my other side of my ability and go religious community, which is +2 gold to all trade routes coming from my capital, because it has a holy site and then +2 when I build the shrine, which I'll be doing very soon. I like that. It's a fun thing to do. I also am going to just lean into the gold even more and go for everyone's favorite dentist. It's teeth. Just be prepared to say hello to all of the new bears in chat. Gold. More gold. And oh, look at all that era score. Did you see that? So we've got a religion. We did that. I think we actually got dedication bonus ×3 there. We must have done. We've got way too much era score. So you do get the +2 from spreading your religion via forming a religion, which I never knew. So there you go. I hope you've learned something this game. If you haven't, I'm sorry to disappoint. We've unlocked writing. We'll get irrigation soon. Let's pick up archery. We have our first galley. We have a sea voyage, and we'll get our unique boat in a second, which should put down some absolutely insane fishing boats. Any fishing boat produced by this unit gains 1 production and 2 gold more than normal. And our Pantheon gives 1 production. So if this doesn't give us something really cool, I'm going to be very disappointed. Also, here is a pasture, which gives me horseback riding. I'm going to move Liang to my other city because there's more fishing boats here. We should be able to put a couple of fisheries down in this nation, hopefully. We'll see if this pays off in the long run. And Kilwa, I'm going to, I think, buy a shrine because it'll give me a little bit more faith, which is great. But just the shrine alone will turn this +5 trader, which went from 3 to 5 with the holy site itself. I'm going to pull the shrine in, and now that's +7. Yeah, there's probably better things we could be doing with my time here, but I like that. That's fun. And there you go, the pillar tomb and my unique boat. That's 8 era score between them. I'm hoping we should easily get ourselves a golden age. Now, the galley is going to have a little explore because it looks like there's going to be a bunch of islands near me we can go and settle on. I like that. But we want to find out a little bit more about our area. Oh, I tell you what, the sight range on this unit is pretty cool. Let's put a fishing boat down. So the fishing boat, this just puts down 1 food. Then it should give 2 production and 2 gold as well. So this tile should be pretty tasty. It is pretty tasty. It's a true lobster. Look at them. Look at the lobsters. They are genuinely by rocks. Da 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 da. I'm not going to do it again. Okay, as I wait to get celestial navigation, which is not too far away from now, my capital is going to occupy itself with a builder, and it'll go and get less source of horse, less spice, and hopefully all things nice. Oh, my pillar tomb, by the way, is giving my trade route 1 culture and 1 gold because there is currently 1 district within 2 tiles of my capital. It's not going to be the biggest bonus, but it will stack with a lot of different, very, very tasty things. Political philosophy. I'm struggling to see why I wouldn't just go for everyone's favorite here because I have a district in every city and I have no housing anywhere. So I'm going to go for Classical Republic. I was really tempted to go 10% production on wonders, but I think if I can actually cause my cities to grow, I'm going to like that a lot more. Plus, we can now go monasticism, take a little bit of a culture hit for a huge amount of science. Beautiful. Urban planning, it's tasty. Colonization, it's forbidden tasty. And diplomatic league, that will help us just to claim a few city-states here. And Armani should be touring. I do apologize. Off to Preslav you go. Well, this is an expensive purchase, but I would like another source of lobster in my city because I need the bonus to celestial navigation. Now I have it. Now my capital can put down a harbor, which it will do very soon. Oh, it is getting a +4. Ah, okay, so it does stack. Coral construction gives it to harbor again, so the harbor effectively gets a double bonus. I don't mind that at all. There's irrigation. Ursa likes a double bonus. A double dipping of joy. Rumor has it that Indonesia has just declared war on Fez. Don't do that. That just seems like mean and troublesome behavior. We don't like that at all, but I will take a double envoy into Taruga because I'm getting another 75% bonus science at the moment. You know that sounds like a lot of fun. Ursa, you don't need this. You're sweet enough. Tough. I am picking up a source of honey. We're going for shipbuilding. That means I need another galley, ideally. It's the wrong government type because I can't put maritime industries in to burn a couple of boats out, but these are small sacrifices we're making right now. Would it be silly to build Temple of Artemis in this city? It's a long way off, but it's such a small map. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna just make some fun plays here. Today we're playing for fun. See how that goes for me, eh? A harbour is now being produced in my capital. We have this lovely source of horse. We'll go and get a plantation down. Tell you what, I'm going to pick up a little bit of era score here by using a missionary and spreading it to the city-states. I don't need the era score, but my religion is giving me 3 gold per city that follows it. This galley I'm refusing to explore with. I have 2 very important fishing boats on these sources of lobster. Other thing to note, my unique boat, it gets a little bit more expensive, I believe, the more I make it, a little bit like a builder. And it dies when it runs out of charges. That's no fun. Preslav bows to me. Of course you do. All shall bow to me eventually. Oh, I can remove kelp and it gives me food. Huh. That's interesting. I was very tempted to put a harbour down on this tile actually. So yeah, I'm going to remove that. Good to know. I don't play with this mod very often. It's unusual, but that helps for food. Pushes me to 4 population a little bit quicker. We like to see stuff like that. Little learning tips and spots for the game. Time for spices, and now we're ecstatic. Oh, I'd be ecstatic if I was covered in spices. Slightly itchy as well, but that's irrelevant. Era score and gold. Oh, I'm going to enjoy that popping up on my screen every time I spread my religion. I might be a little bit more aggressive in my religion today. I normally play so gently with my religion, but yeah, we'll see. Looking at you, Indonesia. Looking at you. See, they've met the other 2 people, so we're not going to get first meet on this map. Oh, the galley just appears from the other direction. That's not on. Oh, you're going to kill this lobster, aren't you, before my unit can get there? Oh, you rapscallion. Can I please have some gold for my horses? Oh, I can't even afford it this turn. I was going to try and buy a second galley out with gold. Never mind. Go on then. Pillage it away. No, they're going to attack me. Good. Yes, this is just what I wanted. Shipbuilding. Okay, right. Actually, now we can start looking to go abroad, which is wonderful. I am not going to attack until I can move my units around and get into a position where they are not going to pillage my resources. So we're going to move you here. They're not willing to engage with me, but that's fine. Next turn I'll move there, and then I'll move this one there, and we can actually fight this. This may end up working. I don't know if it's going to work. If this moves, this plan won't work. No, the barb has been frozen by my elegance. Right, now we can kill it and it can't heal itself. Ha ha ha. Yes, just as I thought. Just as I thought, my magnificence throws it in place. I know I've got about 6,000 hours in this game, but one thing I've been learning to do a little bit better recently is send galleys out at the beginning of the game in pairs. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But it makes a big difference. It really does. Let's go and move this unit now out in this direction. One thing I refuse to do is move my settler out without an escort. Oh, Ursa, what are you doing? I said, as soon as I started to say, oh, yes, well, one thing I've been doing has been really, really good. I was just like, oh, no. Oh, I've ruined it for myself already. That's it. We're done. Well, I hope Bagally didn't move all the way. That's good. So we can... luckily, the AI is not going to penalize me for my mistake here, but there is a quadroom. That I do not like. That is a little bit fruity. Let's find some bronze, some iron, have another envoy. We'll save that just for now. We've barely explored the map. There's going to be more city-states for us to go and find. Who knows? Maybe Auckland will be on this map. I genuinely don't know. It's probably not. There's not many city-states on this map. It's a very small map, but you never know. Do we have iron? Yes, we do. On another tile by my capital. You've got to be kidding me. What's going on? This is another tile with a +2 on it. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, game, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's like it's laughing at me. It's like it's taunting me. It's looking at me saying, go on then, reset. I dare you to. I dare you to. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. Oh, Zanzibar. Oh yeah, the mod said that it renamed Zanzibar, put it into another city-state, and there we go. Now we can see that. Don't mind me if city-state, I just yoink this source of coffee just so I can continue to support the channel. Well, at least we have some honey. God, I can't believe that iron. What a placement. What a perfectly rubbish placement, eh? What's going on? We have masonry. I'll work on mathematics. My capital, I'm just going to save up for a lighthouse. I'd like as many trade routes from my capital as is physically possible. Temple of Artemis. Each camp, pasture, plantation within 4 tiles of this improvement gives me an amenity. And it also gives this city a little bit of housing and a little bit of food. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if we're lucky, this city will be a little less naff. But most importantly, it gave me the boost to drama and poetry, which is lovely. And it means if I put a harbour down on this tile, I should get 2 trade routes with the lighthouse, not 1. That is my hope. If I've read all the abilities right, which at this point is always a little bit dubious. My trader is done. It's got a good little route, this one. 10 gold, 2 culture. We'll improve that in time, but the lighthouse in my capital will give me another tiny bit of housing. Actually, it's more than a tiny bit of housing because it's +2 because it's a coastal city. Yes, that's actually really handy. We'll get this done. We'll get the other trader set up soon. And Indonesia, that is a missionary. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that missionary. I think you should back off. Or sometimes you just see things, right? You just see things. That is a beautiful harbor, and look at all these fishing boats around that city. Oh yes, is our entire empire going to be made of purely lobster-based economy? Ursa, what's your GDP? Oh, sorry, we don't work in GDP, or we don't have a gold-backed currency. No, we're just entirely lobster-based. How many lobsters go into this particular house? It's very, very strange, but all of the barbarians on this map have just frozen. Like, none of them are moving. I wonder if this is a thing with Sukritakt's ocean? Maybe some sort of clash? I'm not sure. Honor to meet you, Pedro, though. Another trade partner, you're all the way over here. Oh, and you have Amber. That means we can be good trade partners. Give me everything you've got. Show me what you got. Oh no, it moved. The barb moved. Okay, I take that back. I like when you get little chains like this. A mine with iron means that I get the boost for wheel, which then completes, and then I also get the boost for ironworking. And then it means in this city, I can go and buy the watermill and get the boost for construction. We have almost no yields ourselves in terms of raw science, so we're doing everything we can to boost our way into not being super far behind. We're already 5 techs behind everyone else. I'm sure it's fine. This, I believe, is city number 5. I might regret building that. Oh, Brazil wants to just be friends with me immediately. It's always good to be friends and then declare war on your own terms. But we'll build this beautiful +6 harbour, of course. I could have gone +5 and given myself a bit of adjacency in another district, but I'm just greedy. I'm going for the +6. Can't threaten me with that. There's more lobster. This is truly the ultimate city space. I need to settle here. We've got another settler on the way very soon. I think I'm going to test out my unique little boat here. Let's see how this works. First of all, urban planning, colonization. We're going to take colonization off very briefly so that I can put on, where are you, Corvée. But with this, I should be able to move the settler in, and yes, it gets more embarking movement from my unique boat. We can get it to where it needs to go quicker. Machu Picchu is built. Why does the AI rush Machu Picchu so much? That will forever be a source of amusement for me. It really will. Oh, Brazil has luxuries for me. Well, it's not specifically for me, but I will claim them as if they are my own. I do like these super fishing boats. They're pretty fun. They're pretty fun. We need more of them. Forever more. Always more. And bam! The harbour is now finished in this city, which means, yep, my trade routes have gone up yet again. That's awesome. Better start getting more traders. This, I believe, is city number 6. Let's put an immediate super, very useful fishing boat down, get the +7 harbor. Oh yeah, and we'll go and improve the one in Zanzibar. Does anyone want lobster? I have a significant overflow of lobster. That's all I've got. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Lobster-based economy. It's where it's at. Oh, that's a good route. Look at that. It's not the road I would have put down, but 15 gold, 1 science, and 2 culture. Hell yeah. Give me a slice of that juicy, juicy trade route. Mittler. Oh, first meet. And I've got spare envoys, which means bam, immediately you are mine. City growth rate is higher in cities with a campus. I genuinely believe I'm going to be getting a campus, and look at all this land. Oh, the world, it needs settling. Can only resist for so long. Imagine all of the amazing things the brilliant minds of my nation will accomplish. I'd like that. I'd say, yeah, go for it, Brazil. You've been lovely. If it wasn't as an insult towards me. I realize that says classical era ends in 1 turn, and I've just finished Hanging Gardens, which I should very much have waited on there. Never mind. 15% growth rate in all cities. This will just help me to get to that 2 or 3 district point much quicker. That would be lovely. We'll pick up 1 more trader. What's my capital going to build? Oh yes, Colossus and Great Lighthouse. We'll try Colossus first because I prefer it, but oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. And I believe this is the first lumber mill. We're going to need a few of these in my empire, just a few. And we've gone for a heroic age, which is really good because it means I can go for 3 inquiry so that my harbors are giving me science from my adjacency. That's big. Penrush and Voice for the extra culture and monumentality. Actually, I'm going to take Penbrush and Voice off. I'm going to go Exodus of Evangelists. Oh, now here's the thing. I would quite like to have a battle army of apostles. There's no point doing that and monumentality. It's kind of one or the other. So we'll go Penbrush and Voice. The extra 10% boost on Eureka's and Inspirations, that's really big. We'll work on that. The extra route to Preslav is now going. Hopefully, we were on 75% bonus culture, science for a while. We haven't quite made that up because there's a lot of harbors that haven't been finished. Zanzibar, Sofala, neither of those have finished their harbors, but they will do soon. And I'm not far off naval tradition, which will give me a bonus on that. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, I Love You Tombo, Flying Dutch Burbs. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!